guys, I'm back and I'm super duper excited. Okay, the glare is just too much. To review the Labyrinth deck, like Labyrinth from the movie with David Bowie. Jim Henson's Labyrinth tarot deck and guidebook. It's probably going to be in color. Literally taking the plastic off. So super excited. Links are below. Art is by Thomas Wow or Huyo or How. This is so cool. It says forward by Brian Froud. This is the back. So excited. Discover the secrets of the Labyrinth with this official tarot deck inspired by Jim Henson's cult classic film starring David Bowie, featuring Sarah Jareth Hoggle and more as classic tarot. Hoggle? Oh, because I was like, is that her last name? Hoggle, we know Hoggle. And more as classic tarot characters and original illustrations. Okay, whatever. This deck also includes a foreword by Brian Froud, artist and production designer of the original film. Sometimes there's stuff on the inside. Oh, with the baby. This is the baby's shirt. That's really clever. And I knew it was gonna be in color. Oh my god, I love it when it's in color. It's a little bit bigger than most books. Oh my god, at the end, we're gonna totally do a 2-card or more reading at the end of this one. This is gonna be so much fun. I love this movie. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm the fool right now. I look like a fool. All right, let's get going. Oh my god, I'm so happy. This is my first time seeing this too. So we have the Fool and the Magician. Oh my god, I love it. The High Priestess, weird, and the Empress, which is the stepmom. I think this is a weird card. The Emperor, the dad, and the Hierophant. Hoggle! The Dancers, which are the lovers, and the Chariot. The Strength and the Hermit. I remember this guy. I feel like the Hermit should have been that little character that lived in the walls, right? Justice and the Wheel of Fortune. The Hanged Man and Fate. That's funny. That's really funny. Temperance and the Demon, which we're guessing is the devil. That's when that's my head. Off with her head. Your head don't come off. The Tower and the Star. Her head don't come off. Her head has to come off. The Moon and the Sun. Oh my god, look at the baby. Hello, little baby. This one's weird. I mean, that's a weird card too, but I mean, the happiest card in the deck is when she finds her brother, so. Judgment and the World. If you've never seen the movie, watch it. It will blow your mind. It is so good. It like keeps you like engaged. King of Poles and the Queen of Poles, which I'm guessing are the wands. Knight of Poles and the Page of Poles. These guys were funny. The Ace of Poles and the Two of Poles. They're copping out a lot. 3 and the 4 of Poles. They're all just going to be, I think, like cop-outs like this. There are just a few cards that are going to be... This is the same thing that happened with Supernatural and the Villains deck. You can look them up. 5 and 6. Where you had a couple of really good ones and the rest were just cop-outs like this. 7 and 8. 9 and 10. I love this next character. This is the one that I thought should have been the Hermit. The King of Junk and the Queen of Junk. I'm guessing these might be pentacles. Because they're earthly things, right? Desires. He's not the King of Junk. I feel like he should have been the Hermit. The King of Junk could have been Hoggle. Because he's always, you know. The Knight and the Page of Junk. The Ace and the Two of Junk. Because I want to see two. I'm like, I want to see what the cards look like too. 3 and the 4 of Junk. These are a little bit more interesting. But still cop-outs. 5 and the 6. I love them. I'm not returning them because I love this movie. But I don't love the cards because I don't like it. Like, you could do so much. Like, it's 7 and the 8. It doesn't have to be the actual item. It could just be the meaning of the card. And there were so many scenes that you could have taken that would have represented the meaning of the card. Do you know what I mean? 9 and 10. So that's why I get upset when they cop out like this. Like, yes, it's in color. The book is in color. But you could have done... I mean, it was a great movie. You could have done so many different things. King of Feathers and the Queen of Feathers. I don't remember her at all. I don't know who that is. Who is that? I don't remember her at all in the movie. The Knight and the Page of Feathers. The Ace of Feathers is super cute. It's coming up. It's like really, really cute. The Ace and the 2. Isn't that cute? I don't remember this character either. Maybe they're characters from the book, if there was a book. 2 and 3 and 4. Five and 6. Feathers are probably, we have to look. They're not cups. They're probably wands. Or, so maybe the first one was swords and these are wands? We'll find out. I'll clarify in a minute by looking at the book. 7 and 8. 9 and 10. I don't even know why I'm pausing. It's just nothing to look at. You know, like with the 10 of whatever, you should never cop out because it's a very strong meaning. It's the end of a cycle. The King of Pots and the Queen of Pots. I don't remember this character either. The Knight and the Page of Pots. I remember these two. The Ace of Pots and the 2 of Pots. They really copped out. 3 and 4. The only reason I'm not returning them is because I just love the movie. And it's just like a quick clarifier. But I really like tarot card decks that actually depict the meaning of the card on the picture. Like, I don't understand why people think 5 and 6, or 4 and 5, 5 and 6, yeah, that we're not, as tarot card readers, gonna be bothered by it. 7 and 8. Like, they could just sell whatever they want to us. I don't think they should do that. I think they should really take into consideration. And the 9 and the 10. At least the 10 of Cups, you guys. I mean, the 10 of Cups is like wish fulfillment. It's like being, well, that's a star. But it's like being super happy and having a family and, you know, like, they could, I don't know. It could have been the scene of her and he was in the crib, or the scene where she like hugs her parents. All right, for the people that made it to the end of this deck, can I have 2 cards? And then we'll clarify the 2 cards. Oh, let me just... They're very easy to shuffle. They do bend. They're very much like the Lightseers deck. Because sometimes you get tarot cards and they're so hard. And a lot of people like that because they last a long time and then they get softer with age. These are already soft. They're very easy to shuffle, which means that the wax is going to crack at some point. Like right here, like the wax is going to crack if you do that a lot. And they're going to bend quickly. Something. It like flipped and then flipped back. Oh, there's one. The 2 of Wheels. Or 2 of Junk. 2 of Pentacles. You have a decision to make. You're juggling. What are you juggling? I hope it's not people. I hope it's your career and your life. Or work and family. Juggling something. Can I get a clarifier for that? Can I get a little bit more information for this? These people that are juggling? So I'm going to show you real quick right now. I've only shuffled it a few times and you'll already see that there's a bend in the cards. Brand new deck. See? Brand new deck. Just shuffled 4 times. Can you clarify the 2 of Junk for me? And then we're going to find out which one's which when it comes to feathers and... Oh, wait a minute. See what happened to this card? I might return it. See how the wax started to separate? Do you see that? You see that long line in the middle? You see how the cards are already ruined? Just from shuffling them. Just from bending them. See that? How the wax is starting to separate from the card. These are very poorly made. So with these cards, you can't, you have to kind of just do this. Wait, it happened again here. Let me show you. These are brand new deck. You guys just saw this. Can you see that? Hold on. Look at the back. See how the wax is like already starting to come off because it's been bent? See that bend there? You can see the crack, right? That's the bend. I'm just trying to shuffle them like a normal person. And there's a crack and a bend there. I don't know if you guys can see that. So 2 cards of all, I don't want to return them. I like these cards. But like, they're really crappy. I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, you can buy them if you want. I like to do this with my cards, so I don't know if this is gonna work for me. You saw that, right? These are brand new. You saw me open them. And then I very quickly shuffled them just a few times. Can I get a clarifier for the 2? Oh, there it is. I feel like this, I'm falling. I feel like the feathers is the wands. Why won't it come off the ground? It did not want to come up. What does it look like back there? Oh, okay. We got the 5 of feathers. 6 of feathers, sorry, 6 of feathers. To clarify the 2 of junk. 6 of wands to clarify the 2 of junk. You're juggling something that's going to lead to some type of movement towards success because there were burdens that you were carrying. Anything else? We've got the King of Junk, which is the King of Pentacles. Money, 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 money. And then these popped out too, which are the 5 and the 2. The 5 of feathers, which is the 5 of wands, which is conflict. The 2 of junk, 2 of pentacles. No, sorry. 2 of wands. That could be wands or swords. I'm pretty sure those are swords. 2 of swords, which is something that's in your head. You're thinking about it. You're trying to make a decision, but you're not seeing things very clearly. And the Queen of Pots, which is the Queen of Cups. It's a heart over head decision that you want to make. You have a decision to make. You're juggling some things. The 6 of feathers, which is the 6 of wands. You're getting out of a conflict. So the decision is based upon you getting out of a conflict, either with a King of Pentacles or leading to that King of Pentacles energy. And then you have the 5 of wands, which is a conflict. The conflict that maybe the King of Pentacles brought the conflict on, and which leads you to another decision that you have to make about the Queen of Cups. All right, so let's do this intuitively. You thought you got over a conflict, right? So you thought you got over a conflict, you made a decision, you took this King of Junk back, and there was another conflict because you found out about a queen. No, I don't want to say that people are cheating, but you have a lot of conflicts and decisions ahead of you. Let's very quickly, the 2. The Ace of Poles, so that is, let's look at the 10 of Poles. That's how I find out what things are. Upright, the 10 of Poles. Accomplishments often come with important responsibilities. Okay, so it's the 10 of Wands. So the Poles are wands. You may feel overwhelmed by your duties or your workload, but delegating some of that will make things much manageable. You don't have to do everything on your own. Let others put that burdens. So the Poles is wands. So then the junk has to be pentacles. So the 5 of Pentacles denotes material scarcity. Yeah, it's pentacles. And then, well, let me just read it in case you guys do read tarot. You'll know. 5 of junk or 5 of Pentacles is being left out in the cold. It denotes material scarcity. You may be struggling to keep up with your bills, or perhaps you've incurred an unexpected expense that's throwing off your budget. Reevaluate how you're managing your finances, and don't be afraid to seek help if you need it. I mean, this is a good book. This is a good book. And then let's look at the feathers. The 10 of feathers will make it easier to know what it is. I'm pretty sure there's swords, but it's weird that it's going to be swords. Symbolizes a painful ending. Yeah, 10 of swords. Whether this refers to a friendship, relationship, job, or important aspect of your life, it's clear that you'll be left with heavy emotions. Give yourself time and space to process and grieve the closing of the chapter before beginning. I know this is a really good book. And then pots, of course, is going to be cups, because all the pictures look like cups. But let's just see real quick what they say about the 10 of Cups. 10 of Pots represents a personal satisfaction and fulfillment, emotional fulfillment. You're feeling supported by loved ones and content with life. Nurture your connections with those who are most important to you by letting them know how much they mean to you. It's so funny because I just felt the cards and I knew that they were going to do what they just did. I'm just so surprised that they did them so quickly. I love this book. Don't really love the cards too much, but I love the theme, and I'm kind of conflicted on whether or not I want to return these. So now that we know that the feathers, and I just mixed up all the cards, sorry guys, are actually, shoot, the feathers are actually swords instead of wands. That changed everything. But the junk is still the junk. So you have a lot of decisions to make. One has to do with your creativity, your ideas, and the other one, because I thought that was actually swords, and the other one has to do with the junk, which is juggling. And you have the king of, let's do another reading real quick for you guys, because one just fell out, and it was, two of them fell out. Well, I'm not going to use those. Can we get cards to clarify the last reading now that we know what the cards mean? Just really quickly. I'm really upset. So I mean, if I want to keep these cards, I could exchange them for a new deck where they're not ruined, but that's not nice. You have to do this, because if you do this, you're gonna ruin all the cards. I mean, the cards are already ruined, so I don't know how the cards got ruined though, considering that it's like a brand new deck. You saw me take the plastic off, right? It's so crazy. Just one more card to clarify the last reading. One more. Yeah, there's more cards that are getting ruined. I'm wondering if it was just that maybe, look at it, it looks like it's gonna break. Look at that. How did that happen? It's just those two cards though. I might exchange them, to be quite honest with you, because it's just those two cards. But sometimes you exchange it and the exchange is even worse. And then the Temperance. Look at that. You would think that this was an exchange, but no, I was wrapped in, I mean, it doesn't mean anything if it's wrapped in plastic. But, here we go. Your clarifiers are these three. The Queen of Pots, the Strength, and the Hangman. So you have this energy, right, of emotional fulfillment, right? Where you mastered your feelings, your emotions. You had the strength to overcome whatever it was that you were overcoming that had to do with the last deck. And now you're in this Hangman energy because you have those decisions that you need to make. So now you're sitting there trying to think, what should I do, you know? I always feel like that card sometimes reminds me of Eeyore, you know, from Winnie the Pooh, that one, and the Knight of Pentacles, because they're like the slowest cards and you're just sitting there like trying to figure everything out. But anyway, that's what I got for you with this deck. I'm happy that you got to see a full review and see how the decks actually perform. Here, look, it happened now with this one. The Demon. You see that? Oh, man. Let's keep shuffling. For anybody who wants to see like a full review, you know, because you need to know. If that's what you do, if you don't shuffle like this, if you're one of these people and you only cut the deck, then you have nothing to worry about. But again, like I said from the very beginning, I already knew that the wax was gonna come off, because you could tell like the quality of the cards. When you have a lot of tarot cards for a while, you can kind of get an idea of how they're gonna perform. And this one was very surprising to me. 3 of junk. 3 of Pentacles. It's like you're setting the spark to something. Something creative, something imaginative, something fantastic. Yeah. So the more you do this, the more cards will come out bent. So upset about that. All right, guys. Love you. Oh, if you want to send me a deck of cards to review, the address is below. If you want to send me money, I'll buy the cards. If you want to send me money to buy a specific deck of cards, just let me know and I'll go ahead and buy those cards. If you have your own tarot cards and you want me to review them, you can send them to the address below. These are pretty flimsy. Like, you know, they're not that strong. Let me see the Light Seers deck, because I keep comparing it to the Light Seers deck. Yeah, They're pretty much like the Lightseers deck. But the Lightseers deck, they held together better. They're not as matte as these. And these are coated with plastic. I could tell just by touching it. And you saw the separation of the plastic. Look at this one too now. This just started. Look at that. It's starting to peel. The Empress. Look at that. I just opened these. Wow. Yeah. These are going back. I love the book. Maybe I'll exchange them. Insight. It's in the same company that made the WB ones and the same company that made the Disney ones. But they like scrimped on this particular deck because the other decks are pretty good. All right. So disappointed in this. Okay, bye.